In the faith I was brought up in, I was told that God had specifically tailor-made someone just for me to share this life here on earth with. I naively held on to that warm, sentimental belief for so much of my life that only now, near the end of my life, I am beginning to see how limiting that was. For most of my life, up until a few months ago, I had always wondered about the attributes and nature of who my wife would be. In the privacy of my thoughts, I would ponder meeting her for the first time, our first dinner, our first dance, our first kiss, and our lifetime of adventures. In justifying my isolation as I worked towards my scholastic and financial goals, I imagined that she and I were on two life paths, and we were both unknowingly working towards each other by improving ourselves and becoming the version of us that would intersect somewhere in space and time, from which point our lives would be forevermore intertwined. I remember in high school, I had a journal in which I wrote pages and pages about the characteristics of who my wife would be. Less than 1 year later, I was in my first relationship, and on the night we first kissed, on a bench near the chilly breeze of the ocean in early winter, I remember telling her how grateful I was that I finally found her. Then, in the 3 years I was single after my second relationship ended in agonizing heartbreak, which made me no longer believe that I could find my wife in this lifetime, I did something that made me feel uncomfortable. I acknowledged her existence by making future videos to her. I turned her from a person into a concept, which has been a lot more liberating than confining myself to believe that in order to be emotionally fulfilled, I needed to find my one wife out of billions of people. Rather, as I repeatedly felt the same vivid, colorful range of emotions over my 3 relationships, I have come to realize that I have genuinely loved each of them, and any of them could have been my soulmate should we have both worked through the difficult times of our journey. Still to this day, I am seeking my wife, the crown on my head, just now with the understanding that she is not a particular person, rather she is a concept that plays out through the romantic adventures of love that my heart lives and dies for.